Welcome to Illinois Groundwork. This is an online web-based resource of research and tools to help optimize the design and planning of green stormwater infrastructure in communities and cities. And I'm very happy to introduce you to Dr. Drew Phillips. He's a senior research scientist with the Illinois State Geological Survey. Here, Drew is going to talk about something called ILWater. This is an online interactive database of wells across the state of Illinois, inclusive of water wells, stratigraphic wells, and engineering boring locations. And the data contained in each of those is useful for green stormwater infrastructure planning at a preliminary level because those wells are a record of the soils that were encountered upon digging that hole in the ground. And so this is a terrifically useful set of soil records across the state. And we're really pleased to be able to share that information with you here today. Here's Drew.
Thank you, Mary Pat. In this video, I will describe ILWater, a gateway to the Illinois State Geological Survey Wells and Borings database, and how to use it to reveal the soils beneath your feet. These records are essential for mapping the distribution of gravel, sand, silt, and clay when planning green stormwater infrastructure projects. The ISGS has a large database of drill hole and other records provided by water well drillers, engineering agencies and companies, explorers for energy and minerals, as well as our own investigations. All of these data are available to the public by contacting the ISGS Records Unit. However, we also have web mapping tools such as ILWater that provide easy access to summaries of the data. This is a view of our homepage as of November 2022. On the right-hand side is a menu bar that includes several map services. Here's ILWater and also a link to the Geological Records Unit. However, you are probably looking at this after January 2023, and in that case, there may be a different layout, but the services will be prominently available through several menus. Launch ILWater and agree to its terms of use. Here you are presented with a map of Illinois showing the counties and aquifers in brown, an information panel on the right, which we're going to turn off right now, but you should read it later, especially the information about location accuracy. In the upper left are some navigation tools, and in the upper right on the bar are some customizable tools. This is the map layers drop down, so let's drop that down. And we can turn off the aquifers. They will not be very helpful to us right now. Let us zoom in to Kane County by using the mouse wheel. And as we zoom in, the county lines give way to township boundaries and a wild display of colored dots. These are the variety of well types which can be identified in the map layers, which are shown over here. Blue generally signifies water-related wells, and these were typically drilled by private well drillers or possibly municipalities. Red dots are engineering borings, and they typically lay along roadways, as is evident here, but they might also be from buildings, sites of some kind. These are typically drilled by state or county departments of transportation. And then also there are yellow dots, and these are stratigraphic borings, and those are drilled for scientific reasons, typically by the Illinois State Geological Survey, but also by other agencies or industry. If we zoom in a little bit closer, section line appears. These are about a mile square in this area. And all the wells are labeled with the total depths of the wells. And we can choose to keep those on or not. I will turn them off for the moment. And here in this section, you can see that we have water, stratigraphic, and engineering borings. So let's just click on one. and an information panel appears. This shows the API number, which is how we label them in our database, the status or type of well, it's a water well, some information about the location, and who drilled it and when. If you click on the data, on the more info, a data summary sheet will pop up. This shows whatever else we know about this well, including information about how the well was used, but more important for us right now is the description of the materials encountered as the well was drilled. Water wells are typically described in general terms such as clay, gravel, sand, and rocks. And the intervals that they're described over are broad, often just in 5 or 10 foot increments. By contrast, if we select an engineering well, get the same sort of information. But in the data summary sheet, you'll generally see a much more detailed view. In this case, sandy loam over fine sandy loam, over gray clay with traces of gravel and so forth. And also the description intervals tend to be more precise than for water wells. Similarly, stratigraphic wells are described in quite a bit of detail. This particular one shows quite a few abbreviations of tan clayey silt, non-calcareous at the top, and brown to dark yellowish brown, for instance. And this particular well shows silt over till. And again, the intervals tend to be somewhat tight, from 1 to 2 feet, let's say. Note that some records will only state, say, driller's log filed, or possibly a list of only sample numbers. Those likely do have useful information that is in the Geological Records Unit, but that information has not been entered yet. You can try contacting Geological Records Unit, and they might be able to provide you with more information. This map service provides other layers with which you can customize your view. For instance, the statewide LiDAR can give us, if you zoom in, it can give us precise information about the superficial topography. And then there are other layers that you can explore at your leisure. This map service also lets you select groups of wells, which you can display in a table or export. And then you can either look at the reports individually or download them as you wish. We hope that this information is valuable to your green stormwater infrastructure planning. Please do site work in addition to studying these archival data. This toolkit also includes videos on how to access USDA soils information, how infiltration rates can be measured, green stormwater infrastructure design, and more. Check them out.